Welcome back, warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Stacey Abrams. Oh, you guys, we got to talk about all this whole thing with this fraud. You know about the $2 billion, right, for the appliance efficiency program in DeSoto, Georgia. She's under investigation by the Georgia Senate. Okay, she is about to they just approved it. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Stacey Abrams. But before we get into it, don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you never, ever miss a video that I post. Watch this one to the end because this right here is absolutely ridiculous. Let's watch. All right, so I want to just share with you a little bit of a true story here. I supported Stacey Abrams for governor of Georgia in 2018. Oh, I was under some delusion. That was during my TDS years, right? My Trump derangement syndrome. And I thought that Governor Kemp, at the time he was running for governor, I thought that he was this racist hack, this country boy that didn't know how to speak well. I mean, I just thought all these things. And then he had this political ad with all the guns and everything. I was just like, what? But he's really not. Well, he's better than what she would have been. Let me just say that. I voted for her the first time, voted for him the second time, because I was just like, what the demon rats are trying to do is just unacceptable. But I did vote for her. I even campaigned for her hard, just wearing my feet out for that woman. And she turned out to be this. I'm just so disappointed in myself for not having discernment. But I am going to go over what the Georgia Republican dominated Senate, the state Senate in Georgia, which again is Republican dominated, they're going to move forward with an investigation of Stacey Abrams. Okay, they're going to move forward with a move that comes as President Trump has made a target of the two-time Democratic nominee for Georgia governor. Republican State Senator Bill Cashapp of Athens said that Thursday that he and other Republicans want to further examine recent ethics findings that voter participation group New Project Georgia, or New Georgia Project, improperly coordinated with Abrams's 2018 campaign for governor. Oh, that was such a year, I tell you. We have developed a somewhat of a problem these days with dark money in politics, with secret money being used to fund campaigns, Cashapp said. The whole purpose of our campaign finance laws is to put sunshine on the issues. They also want to probe claims by new U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Lee Zeldin that $2 billion was improperly given to a coalition of groups trying to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases. All this stuff with the Green New scam, it's a scam. Abrams worked with one of the groups until the end of last year, but Trump and other Republicans have made Abrams the face of their criticism of $20 billion in grants awarded by former President Joe Biden's administration, with Trump calling out Abrams in a recent joint address to Congress. All right, and it did say that senators voted 33-21 along party lines to approve the inquiry. So all the Republicans want to investigate her and none of the Democrats. Of course not. The same Georgia committee has been pursuing a thus far fruitless investigation of another Trump enemy, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. I did a video on that. They're investigating her. She's been ignoring subpoenas. And they said with Fani Willis, if she doesn't come in the latter part of April or the earlier part of May, which they're going to subpoena her again, that she is facing jail time. So we got to see if Fani Willis actually shows up. And a lot of you have been saying that they never ever get arrested or no one's ever held accountable. I think this time they actually will be. I really think that we're going to see a lot of politicians going to prison. They're going to be locked up. Okay, no one's playing around with them, and they're going to fight tooth and nail. But if you do the crime, you should do the time. I can't do the stuff that they did. But yet they're still walking around. Hillary Clinton is still walking around. Anybody with the last name Clinton. I just don't think they should be walking around free. That's just my opinion. Abrams said that Republicans are targeting her because she's been politically effective. You have not. Did she just say? This article says that Abrams is saying that Republicans are targeting her because she's politically effective. You lost twice for the governorship of Georgia. You are not politically effective. You raised $100. You are not politically effective. I mean, unless there's a new definition of effective, I need to know, because you must know something I don't know, Miss Stacey Abrams. All right, the former State House Minority Leader Abrams vaulted to national Democratic stardom when she came close to defeating Republican Governor Brian Kemp in 2018. She missed the target by about 50,000 votes. She parlayed voting rights after that election into a national platform and even consideration as Biden's running mate in 2020, but lost a 2022 governor's race rematch to Kemp by a broader margin. I mean, she lost that one by about 300,000 votes. So she is not politically effective. She did better the first time, but a loss is a loss. And I was really upset when she lost the first time, because I was under the impression, in my mind, she came across as very authentic. But in any event, she is in a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble. That is a lot of money that is coming through. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars. I mean, and I campaigned for this woman. Oh, the Georgia State Senate is going to be very, very busy. But let's just check out a video. Now, here is a letter coming from the U.S. House of Representatives. I'm getting this by way of the Paralegal Institute. And just check out what it states. Wow.
Dear Acting Commissioner Kraus, I write today to refer the New Georgia Project, a Georgia-based 501c3 tax-exempt organization, for investigation and ultimately revocation of its tax-exempt status. In January 2025, the Georgia State Ethics Commission, GSEC, fined the New Georgia Project $300,000, the largest penalty in the Ethics Commission's history and possibly the largest ethics fine ever issued in the United States, for illegal contributions to Stacey Abrams' 2018 gubernatorial campaign. The New Georgia Project, which at the time was led by U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock, admitted to 16 violations of state law. The GSEC found that the New Georgia Project failed to disclose over $4.2 million in contributions and over $3.2 million in expenditures during the 2018 election cycle. As you know, under Internal Revenue Code Section 501c3, organizations are strictly prohibited from participating in or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to any candidate for public office. The IRS may revoke an organization's tax-exempt status or assess excise taxes for certain types of violations if it determines the organization is non-compliant as it relates to political campaign intervention. According to the GSEC's findings, the New Georgia Project accepted contributions and made expenditures for communications of express advocacy in the 2018 cycle to influence the election for governor to the benefit of Stacey Abrams' candidacy along with other statewide candidates. The New Georgia Project's intervention in the 2018 election cycle in support of Stacey Abrams and other candidates' campaigns amounts to a clear violation of their tax-exempt status. The IRS has previously revoked the tax-exempt status of a 501c3 organization for violating the prohibition on political campaign activity. In 2014, the IRS issued a final adverse determination regarding an unnamed organization's tax-exempt status for having participated or intervened in political campaigns on behalf of and in opposition to candidates for public office by publishing and distributing statements. This determination letter cited United States Department of the Treasury Regulation Section 1.501c3-1c3, which states that if an organization engages in certain activities, including participation or intervention in any political campaign, they are classified as an action organization, which is an organization deemed to not have operated exclusively for tax-exempt purposes, and thus is not an organization described in Section 501c3.
So in other words, a lot of fraud. $300,000, that's like the largest ethics violation ever. I mean, and this is a lot of money going to her campaign in 2018. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe that I supported this woman. I thought she came across as authentic. My discernment was like really off. really, really off. And but I caught on to like what the demon rats were doing. And I was like, okay, I'm voting for Brian Kemp this time. I'm voting for Brian Kemp. And I didn't want to vote for him because I just think, it was better than voting for her. You know, you just have to go with the lesser of two evils at some point. But these ethics violations and all this money to this thing and their violation of law for a 501c3. So there you go. Tons of fraud. Georgia State Senate is going to be very, 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 very busy. They're dealing with Fani Willis as well, as I just told you. So Fani Willis and Stacey Abrams. Here we go again with the black women being used by the demon rat party for evil purposes. 92% of people that look like me voted for Kamala Harris, but I am part of the 8%. Thank God for the Lord revealing to me and for discernment, because I pray for discernment and wisdom, and I am so grateful for that. But we are in a spiritual battle. The demons are going to fight to keep coming up with doing their fraud and doing all of the things that hurt taxpayers because they are greedy. And you're going to say, yeah, Stacey Abrams really looks like she's greedy. Okay, bad Christian, I had to say it. Big Tish is another one. I'm sorry, I'm gonna behave. But that's what's going down with her. She's going to be under investigation. They've approved it, voted along party lines. And I'm gonna stay on top of this and let you know how that is going. And I also got to stay on top of this fanny pack Fani Willis. See if she's going to just refuse to show up and answer another subpoena. Because this time, you heard it in my video if you haven't seen it. They said she is not above the law. And this administration has got everybody, you know, I really think that people see what's going on. They're like, you know what? Some people are trying to be very, very nice right now when they were doing shenanigans before, because they realize I'm not going to be able to fight up against this Trump administration. You've got him, Cash Patel, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem. You got all these people that are enforcing laws, catching leakers, like in the HHS, you know, Kristi Noem, she said they caught a leaker or two, I think. 2 leakers, I think. Yeah, telling it the stuff to, you know, ice leaks and all of that. It's crazy. And Elon Musk just said in that Brett Baer interview with Fox, the rest of the Doge team also did an interview. He said, we are coming after the people that promote the propaganda that's causing people to do wrong, even though I think people should take responsibility for their own actions. You knew what you were doing was wrong. You know, they shouldn't get away scot-free either, but they are really coming after the people who are funding these folks. Funding them. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the new sheriff in town. Y'all better get straight and get some Jesus or something. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you never, ever miss a video that I post. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.